Welcome to Alex Krulik's Magic Submitter Software. I'm David Sprague and I'll be showing you how to set up your items, and in this training I'll be specifically showing you how to set up your bookmarking items. Now, bookmarking is a form of marketing that most people don't really understand at first glance. And to give you a brief history of why bookmarking is so powerful and kind of how it came about, bookmarking is a certain type of social interaction or really social media. And bookmarking really started back maybe 4 or 5 years ago when a lot of people were online and they were in groups. And what they would want to do is they would go on the internet and they would find really important things that they would want to share with other people. So they would share different accounts. So let me give you an example. Let's say the kindergarten teachers at an elementary school decided to share a bookmarking account. And so what would happen is they would create an account and they would all share it, and every time they would see a really good lesson or a really good piece of information on how to be a better kindergarten teacher, or games or different activities they can do, they would bookmark it. They would simply save it into their online account. Well, in doing that, they could actually add a title, they could add a description, so that when others came along, they could take a look at it and see that this was a really cool piece of information. So it's another way of kind of organizing the web based on personal preference. So bookmark is simply just like we would normally bookmark a page in a book or anything else that we're reading. It's a way to quickly find it but also be able to share it with others. And so the great thing about bookmarks is most of them are all public. And so what Google does is it sifts and sorts through these sites and sees on these sites that there is a page with a link to that article or that video or that piece of content. So it counts as a backlink. So that's why bookmarking is incredibly powerful, and why a lot of these sites give great authority, and we've even ranked at the top of Google just with this one strategy alone, is using bookmarking. Now in today's marketplace, it's definitely overused. Everybody and their mother uses bookmarking to do it. So it doesn't have the authority that it used to, but it's still a very, very good strategy that should be included in everything that you do. So let's jump in right now and take a look at your bookmarking items and see how to fill that. So I've opened up Magic Submitter and I'm simply going to click on the services called bookmarking services. And you can see here that I don't have any, but there's 91. That means with a click of a mouse, you're going to get over 91 different backlinks currently. Now in each one of these, let me just switch to a different account here. See if I've got, there we go. So in this account, I've actually created a whole bunch of bookmarks as well. So this is what we're going to do. We're simply going to click on Manage Items, and since we've already chosen bookmarking services, it's going to show up here automatically. And then we're going to click on Add an Item. Now in each one of these, first the thing you want to do is make sure that you organize it based on projects. Now a project is simply something you'll create. Let's say, and most of the time we personally use projects as a client. So if we're creating an article or video and we're submitting that, we would organize it under our projects. We'd name our clients. So client A, client B, client C. And if we were writing 2 articles for client A, then we would organize it, same way. And so you do the same thing with your bookmarks as well. You can organize them under the different project names up here. And the right hand side, based on the profile that you're in, you're going to see what services that you've already created and that are ready to submit to. Now if you click down here and you see random profiles, you can see that if I click on Steve, the arrow here, you can actually choose between the different profiles that you'd like to submit to. Now a word of caution, it's very important that you create all these accounts first before you choose this. But the great thing about Magic Submitter is that when you actually submit these bookmarks and you choose random profiles, it would submit the first bookmark to Bookmark Driver and use the Bobby profile. Then the second it would send to Buzzing Topics, it would use Steve's profile. Maybe the third it would use Bobby, the fourth it would use Ken, and it will alternate between them. So out of the 91, the first 30 might go to Bobby, the next 30 might go to Steve, and the next 30 might go to Ken, but in a very random order, which is very difficult to follow and therefore gives you a complete anonymous footprint when you're submitting. So a real important, fantastic insight is to make sure that you use random profiles when you submit. It's not necessary, but every little bit helps. So let's talk about what you need to fill in. First of all, it's pretty simple. If we were to create an article called Dentist Atlanta, and in our title, we would take the exact same title that we use in our article and copy and paste it here. So it's important to realize that you might want to backtrack to the training we did on a few trainings ago, which is spin technology. We can use the exact same article for blogs, for bookmarks, for almost everything that we do, for even videos. So it'll save you a lot of time if you're not creating the same title over and over and over again for the same content, and that's why you should spin. So what you would do is you'd simply copy and paste your spin title in here, and then your URL. And you can spin your URL if you want. So let's say you've got two pieces of content that you want to rank at the top of Google for a keyword, and the keyword is Dentist Atlanta. You've got a video and an article. You can simply put the video URL here, and then you can put the article URL here. And then what's going to do, it's going to randomly choose between the two as it submits. So you can spin your bookmark URLs. We do not do that, but I just want to let you know that that's possible. And then you got your tags, which your tags are simply just another way of the bookmarking sites being able to organize your content. And then what you want to do is do the exact same tags with the space as a separator and not a comma. And then you want to put a bookmarking description. And a great bookmarking description is your summary. So again, if you're submitting articles too, just take your summary, and if it's spun well, all you have to do is copy and paste. So you can see that, again, I can't emphasize enough, a really well spun article that uses a magic article rewriter will give you the perfect opportunity to literally copy and paste your way to the top of Google, because you'll just copy and paste the title, copy and paste the URL, copy and paste the description, and then you'll create some articles and you'll copy and paste that in your articles. You use the same article in your blogs, and you can use it all the way around. So now again, I want to emphasize that the last thing you want to do here, we haven't actually chosen this, our categories. And so our categories, you always want to choose a category if it's in blue. And you can see here that I took news for this. You just want to get as close to your topic as possible, entertainment. Now you also have the ability to create a template for your category. So you can choose news, entertainment, get all these done, and then save it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to save this template. And I can see here, you see I got my article, I got my blogs, my categories, and this is my bookmarking categories. So what I want to do is simply click upload. Please ensure, okay, whoops, all these have to have a value in it. Let me just put one in here real quick. I'm going to click upload, and then you can see here I'm going to go down to my bookmarking categories and then open that up, and it's going to automatically fill everything in. So again, in the setting up of things, it takes a little bit of time, but you can just set it and forget it. You don't have to click on every single time. So if you're always submitting business content, or you're marketing for a pet firm, or you're marketing for a beauty salon, you can set up all those templates. And the way that we set it up personally is we will actually name it. So these are our business categories for RSS, our pet categories for articles, our bookmarking categories for business. So that's the way that you would want to do it. So now that you've got all your services ready to go, you've got your categories uploaded, then you're going to choose the profiles that you'd like to submit to. And again, I can't emphasize enough, make sure that the profile that you submit to has the bookmarks created for them. And let me see here. Let me just go into one real quick so you can see. Okay, so you can see this one does not have it, so I certainly would not want to choose the Steve one. And if I go under Ken has it. So just want to double check to make sure the ones you choose when we create one, there's one right there. I would choose Bob and Ken and not Steve. Okay, so that's how you do it. Then you'll have your item. Now, one of the things that you also have here is what's called a preview. So if you have a spun article, you can actually preview it by clicking this preview button. And let's see if we've got any spun. Okay, good. We've got one right here. So this is what it actually looks like. Obviously, I haven't uploaded my categories, so let me do that right now. So it's going to fill in all the categories there. And you can see that this is my bookmarking URL. This is my spun headline. This is my spun description. And then if I just go down here, I'm going to click preview. You can see here, there's my title, Stop Smoking Boca Raton, Florida Program. Great Stop Smoking Boca Raton, Florida Program. Fast Stop Smoking. So you can see it continually spins it. So every time it submits it, it'll be 100% unique. So that's how easy it is to set up all your bookmarking sites. So you can start right now getting some great backlinks and getting to the top of Google with all that authority. Take care, and we'll see you in the next training.